Hey guys, this is a live recorded game. We are playing on Flank Woods. It looks like we're playing against an English player. They're a little bit tough. English is not really a pushover civ. We kind of have to be careful about staying too long in feudal. We have to be careful about when we do get the castle, not getting mangoes out in time. This map has really bad trade, which is a big part of my game plan against English. Usually is going trade as Mongols. As much as I like Flank Woods because it has different wood lines and some cool aspects here and there, it really is just really not an ideal map for Mongols. It's got really safe backwood. Opponent is polar cactus. I think we're gonna catch a rush here. 2TC is a really strong possibility. I don't think our opponent went this way. That's a sheep on the edges of the map here on Flank Woods, so definitely you don't want to avoid the corners too much. You'll miss out on sheep and stuff. Wow, 4 right there? Jesus. That's kind of crazy. Well, they're on the wood now. There's another sheep over there. Lots of sheep on this map. See? Haven't run to his. Make sure we fully round off here. It's a whole number. It does look like maybe he went this way because we're not finding any sheep. Okay, he's gonna drop off and come over here. Very fast age up by our opponent. A little bit late on our stable here. Okay, let's scout here. Okay, we have to be careful about our age up here. Don't want to get too far here.
Жардаг ирлүүгээ хөдөл. Яа хөдөл. Цугаар хоносд хон. Ясаар болсон. Баатаа бид хөдлөх гэж байна уу? Цугаар жардагаар болсон. Юу болох юм уу те? Санарт.
Санар. Жардаг болгох гэж байна уу? Би үнийг барь.
Жардаг болгох гэж байна. Би хэд байсан?
Цугаар би.
Цугаар би.
Манай жардгийг дагаж байна. Би үдчихсэн.
Санар. Түүнийг байсан. Би жардаг.
Юм яг гэмгүй. Хөдөж. Вайнем. Мама чатаста. Гэж байна.
Мусхаа.
Я бису. Андагаарууга.
Хоёр өдөрхлөөдөө. Жаардэгсүү. Аны харуулж байна.
Цугаар би.
Жардаг яа. Анда
Амдуга зардаг.
цугаар.
Ёсоор орсон. Ийж их чармай да. Ажиллах цаг боллоо.
Ичүүдээ өдөр.
Эчүүдээ. Яатраа болсон. Шат үгүй.
Тааш мохгүй.
Зүйтэй. Хинт ажил хэрэгтэй вэ?
Эчүүдээ.
Надуура ажил төгнөн байна.
Голомдох цэй амбайдаг юм.
Ичүүдээ. Бид
Миний чадах үеийг отгол эдэжтэй дураг атсан.
Юу хийчихвэ?
тушаал хүлээхэд бид
Эчүүдээ.
тушаал өгөх гэж баймаа.
Ажиллах цаг боллоо.
Хинээ бай.
Ажиллах бүрдөө би төв очих газраа шиг.
Ирчүүдээ бид
Одоодох цаг ирлээ. Тааш болдог бол
Ирдээ.
хоёртой баатар бүгд ирдэг.
шат үгүй. Энэ ажил хэрэггүй. Уугадартаа шат ирдэг. Би танд барьсан. Одоодох цаг ирлээ. Би таны тушаал.
Одоодох
Эчүүдээ. Зөөгөө тушаал.
шин тушаал ирлээ. Бид бай.
Юу хийж байгаа? Бамгүй.
Эчүүдээ.
Тушаал. Ирчүүдээ
Шат үгүй. Эдэг. Би таны тушаал ихтэй. Ажил хөөе. Өгөд
ирчүүдээ бид танд заамдгаа болсон.
зорж байна. Дайсюугаа товчсон.
Марта
Эчүүдээ.
Намайг хаашаа явуулдаг вэ?
Шат үгүй. Эдэг. Юун тушаахгүй бол? Ажил газраа эчүүдээ.
Ажиллах цаг боллоо.
Бүгд сонс.
Ажил туяа гэдэг. Би танд барьж өгсөн.
Тэд биднийг дайрч өгөх. Тулдах цаг ирлээ. Ааш бурдаа. Би тулдах цаг ирлээ. Өөртөө өгсөн. Ажил хөөе бид. Би түүнийг удалгүй бариад дуусгасан.
Юу хийж идэх вэ?
Шат болгох цаг.
Надуура ажил төгнөн байна.
Эчүүд би болвос ха. Би дайг харгүй. Шат бүдэг бид. Юун тушаахгүй бол
Тугаар анхаарал тай баймгүй. Бүгд хөлдөх цаг бодлоо.
би дөрчүүдээ.
Бидний хариуцлагагүй.
Эчүүдээ. Хөдөлгөөн. Хаппи, ани туш ойгма жамсой. Миний уган явахгүй.
Тугаар анхаарал тай баймгүй. Бүгд сонс. Одоо үүнийг барьсан.
Эчүүдээ. Би дөрхөн өдөрт би дайсан.
Тушаал болох цаг бол бай. Бидний рүү харамж баймгүй.
Миний сэдвийг хараад
Ажиллах цаг боллоо.
Бүгд хүндэх цаг болтугай.
Уугнаар бэлэн боллоо.
Уугнаас бэлэн болтоо. Би үнийг шатахгүй.
Тушаал бүдэггүй байдаг. Эчээс юун тушаалгүй бол зарж байна маа. Би боддог. Миний үгээр явахгүй. Боддог цаг юм. Эцэг харасан.
Тугаар анхаарал тай баймгүй. Одоо үүнийг барьсан. Тушаал болох цаг бол бай.
Би тушаалтай. Хэдэн ба? Ойгма. Бүгд байдаг. Ойгма. Арчаа.
Юу хийх ажил хооя? Бэлэн. Юу хийж эзлэхгүй? Цугаараа бүгд сонс таны хүслийг ёсчлон биелүүлсэн.
та намд ямар тушаал өгөхгүй. Баста. Тушаал
Эднийг харуулж байгаагүй.
Бүгд ард бэлэн боллоо.
Бүгд сонс. Би тагт барьж өгсөн.
Ажиллах цаг боллоо.
Тушаал бүдэггүй байдаг. Эчүүдээ бит. Эчүүдээ бит. Өөртөө үлдүүлнэ. Тань ойгмаатар бүгд байдаг.
тань хүчөө ирчүүдээ. Би мандайдан явсан.
Ажил. Тугаар анхаанаас бүгд хөдөлг. Бүгд сонс. Таны тушаалаар болсон.
Одолдох цаг ирлээ. Миний үгээр явагдах бай. Ав. Эчүүдээ бит.
Тушаал болгох цаг боллоо.
Би болох тушаал хүлэх.
Бүгд тушаал сонирдог.
Юу хийж эзлэхгүй?
Боллоо айсгын тигнээ. Энэгээр амьдуулдаг үгүй. Өөртөө эчүүдээ өдөр гүйцэтгэж.
Тушаал болох цаг бол бай. Хөдөл суудах зам бүрт.
Цугаараа анхааралтай байна.
Тушаал бүдэггүй байдаг. Эчүүдээ өдөр.
Ирчүүдээ.
Чимээгүй бүгд байх чанар.
Тугаар анхаарал тай баймгүй.
Бомбогдох баймгүй.
Бариад дуусгасан.
Одолдох цаг ирлээ.
Хондох цаг үлдээ.
Ажил хууя бэлэн.
We're in cast for this long and we haven't gotten our techs, which is pretty bad.
Ажиллах цаг болно.
So we'll drop an Ubu here. And then I do want to drop a stone somewhere. There's no good stones here. So come over here.
Тодорхой цаг ирлээ. Үүрэгтэй
Тушаал хүлээх.
эрчүүдээ бит.
Зүйтэй.
Бүгд сонс.
Та ямар тушаал өгөх вэ?
Гүйцэтгэсэн.
Уран байсан баймгүй. Хоёр баатар бүгд
Ажиг хүчилдэгсэн.
Ирчүүдээ.
юу хийж энэ байдлыг олон зүйтэй. Энд ажил хэрэг.
Юу хийж эзлэхгүй. Би түүнийг олохгүй
Ирчүүдээ хараач тушаал хүлээх. Удахгүй шин тушаал ирмээ. Баг. Тань хүчин зүтгэсэн.
надад ажил өгнөмгүй за.
Чи юм хүсвэ? Тушаал болгох цаг бол бай. Гүйцэтгэсэн. Юм хэмээг дурсаг үс замыг минь уу гэв. Юу хийж эцэл би дандаа явж баймгүй.
Эрчүүдээ бит.
Тодорхой цаг хүлээ.
Танд цаадах болсон.
Ажиллах цаг боллоо.
Бүгд сонс. Хөдөл. Туудах зам урт.
Тушаал бүдэг.
Хүчээ өгөх эртний хэрэг билээ.
Эрчүүдээ бит. Эрчүүдээ зоригтой дачигдахгүй. Хичээсүү. Жигсэг юу гэмтэй? Жигсэг.
Ажиллах уу?
Тушаал болгох цаг болов.
Ойглоолаа. Ойглоо. Мондасдаг үрдэс бит.
Цаагтгүй. Тань хүч.
Бүгд сан.
Цугаараа. Тушаал болгох цаг болов.
Тушаал бүдэг бит бит.
Ирчүүдээ. Үүрэгтэй. Тэд бидний үгтэй. Миний үгээр тань хүчин зүтгэсэн. Хичээс хам хулаад болсон. Ирчүүдээ. Хөдөл.
Чи юм санд зүтгэхгүй. Миний зам.
Мата. Би хатайдан явсан. Миний үгээр
Тушаалыг үгд үгүй дагах яа. Зүйтэй. Энд ажил хэрэггүй.
Хүчин.
тодорхой цаг хүлээ.
Намайг хааш яв.
Тушаал болгох цаг боллоо. Уугадардаа. Тушаал чи юм хүсвэ? Боёо юу миний зам. Ажил хийж үзэхгүй. Одоо
Бити. Тушаал таггүй бит.
Хүчин зүтгэсэн.
Үүрэгтэй үр дүртнэ.
ажиллах цаг боллоо.
Өсөлтийн хороо тушаал өгөөгүй.
Зүтгэхгүй ябил. Та юу хэмээх тушаал?
Тушаалыг дээр.
Ирчүүдээ. Би
Эрчүүдээ бит. Маста. Тушаал нэг хамбалаг явсан.
Юу хийж эцлэх вэ?
Ажиллах цаг боллоо.
Өсөлтийн хороо бит.
Ажил хэрэггүй. Би тийш явахгүй.
Хүчээ өгөх нь өтөр гүйцэтгэх.
Тодорхой цаг ирлээ. 나이스.
За той.
어머분들 알지?
일침대 깜짝 낚시꾼
거의 맞다. 마른다.
Okay, well, he didn't really commit to a push. He like was really passive about poking us, which definitely worked out in our favor there. We didn't lose too many vills, and every time he was attacking us, we were getting good raids in, which is really important. Did some really big raids, and he was really sneaky with his castle, sneaking it over here. It was a nice castle too. Deer, berries, and a gold, as well as securing a flank. So that's a pretty big deal. But behind all of this, I think you might be surprised to see that we have almost mined out the entirety of this gold vein over here. It's a pretty big deal. We still have our starting gold. Still got this gold, and this gold, and this gold. Where am I even mining gold from right now? I'm only mining 5 gold right there. That's actually really bad. The plus side is I did grab 3 relics a little bit late. Like, not a little bit late, really late. Not good. Raids are doing good here. Where was his army at? As you can't see his army. Oh, here it is. 20 longbows, 6 spears. So we were messing up an army here. Our siege here alone was gonna wipe that basically, and he couldn't really push us here. So we're in a pretty good spot. We got 27 points, kind of good. And resources gathered, we were way ahead on resources gathered. So he had some idle time in a couple of spots. Not to mention that he was bleeding villagers quite a lot. And this was an idle TC from me, and then an idle TC from him. That's definitely helped. And the military count was low, but it was climbing. So it worked out. It's just basically funding raids and doing stuff while kind of just dropping towers and defending the best that we could. And then a big thing that I usually don't do, I just like leave villagers and I build towers and then just have my villagers and try to micro them in towers. But with his big army walking around and stuff, we saw like these 2 towers hold out, and I lost what, 7 villagers, because I was like, oh, I can maybe have 2 towers, I can hold out, I can micro this. But his longbows are just gonna pick my villagers as they repair, and I ended up losing those 7 villagers, but not much. So right here is where I lost my 7 villagers, I think. I don't know if it's during going to castle. Right, maybe it was right before going to castle, so maybe it was right here. Or was it right over here? I'm not sure. One of those. Where's the military count drop? His military count drops here. Not really so much here, so I think this is where he, this is when that attack over here, or I'm sorry, over here happened. And yeah, military for villagers can be worth it, cannot be worth it, really depends on the situation. At this case here, I guess for a distraction, it served its purposes for us, and it did drop his military count by about 10 units, which he never really recovered from, which is kind of a big deal. We recovered from our villager count and we were able to secure relics, so definitely wasn't worth it for us to do this. So we definitely could have kept running. We should have kept running, like we did with the rest of our villas. Every time we saw like a raid, we just kept running, which is really good. That we stayed pretty proactive here. I think I lost 1 villager over here, but I'm not sure. He keeps losing villagers here. I wonder how many villagers he's on. Oh yes, he's like on 30 vills. That we're on 50, so we're not a huge difference. But I do like the siege ball kind of just building up, just in case he pushes us, and we can't like handle a push here. As well as the 6 towers here. It says 6. I don't even see 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, 6 over here. Yeah, because if he just kept doing an English thing and just like made this a white tower instead of a king's palace. I guess he wanted king's palace because he's been pretty beat up. I'm guessing that's why he did it. We didn't get this. He killed those. Longbows there. Okay, well, decent game. Oh, and no uwu is really bad. We definitely need to drop an uwu. Oh, we had an uwu here for a little bit. 300 of his stone. I guess I could drop another uwu here. I'm surprised he saw that. Anywho, good game, their opponent. They didn't feel like necessarily. They felt like a little bit slower on the reactions and stuff, so maybe it's like their warm-up game or something. Curious what elo they were at. Ooh, we found a game already. It's 1500. Yeah, it's 1550 elo. It's not like he's a bad player at all. Okay, here's our next opponent. I don't know this. I've seen a lot of people repping that one. Where's, oh, right, obviously right next to me. Let's try Golden Horde here. This is gonna be a little bit rough, I'm thinking, but let's see what we can do here. I gotta work on some more build orders too. Macedonian. I was about to do Macedonian and Fast Castle too. Seems like he beat us to the punch. So the big thing is getting raids on him is what I found, is raiding him at the same time he raids me, not chasing his horsemen, but making raids and forcing him to fight us with his horsemen. So he just barely beat us to a couple sheep there. We're cutting across this side here because we don't know if he's going to cut north or south or take our side or what he's going to do. So we're just going to try to clean up this forest here. So I'm not seeing anything on our screen over there on that uwu. I think I will spot him if he does try to. So I don't think it's like. I could have cut back across this way and he's trying to beat us to this side of the map. There's quite a lot of possibilities in terms of what he could be doing here. Stone isn't safe, but it's behind people's bases. Interesting little design. Okay, rally back on the food here. Oh, so he did cut across. Now he's coming over here. Okay. So we're just fine with that. He's trying to clean up this corner here. He's got more sheep than he does. Okay, we'll rally the wood like this.
хүлээж
Жардаг бэлэн.
санарт
Өдөгтөн жарчнам. Бидэн. Марсу. Дасу.
энэ байна.
Альгинч. Жардаг дасу.
Don't see the upgrade or his landmark, unfortunately. I was hoping to scout it.
Дагсаар байна.
Yeah, nothing here.
Жаргыг болгосон буюу. Дагсаар байна. Би намын суу. Бидээ. Дагсуу. Дагсуу хатчих байна.
Эрдэнэ малтаж үлээж байна. Энэ аруу байна уу? Цавчнам. Юу?
Жаргыг болгосон буюу. Марсу.
Okay, and then we'll finish scouting our side, and then we'll go hit him over there like that. And we're just gonna raid. So I think we'll go like this, but I'm not sure.
Ажид бидэн. Би ихэд байна.
Ажид бэлэн.
Food gathering. There's his scout. I think, yeah, that was the scout we saw.
Альгинч энд байна.
Юу
Би
юм?
энд байна.
Амиго болохгүй.
Танд юм хэрэгтэй буй? Юуник бариад өгсөн.
Утха харна.
Юм хэмээн жардаг болохгүй буй?
Танд юу хэрэгтэй вэ? Түүнийг барьсан.
За.
Яасан бой бараагүй байна. Би энд байна. Хөдөд үгүй. Мошгож байна. Зарсан зүгтэн өнөсөө.
Юм хийх буй? Эсвэл тэмгэж буй буюу?
Хойд үгүй яг гэсэн бой.
Жаргал болгох гэж байна.
Би бидэд авахгүй яа бид. Жардаг ирлүүгээ. Анхаа. Цогоор хоногдсон.
Өдөртөн бидэн. Жаргыг дагаж байна. Давхиж мөрдөн.
Хоёрт хуудаа.
Ахаас харна.
Санарт цугаар дээ.
Юм болох нь үдэ.
Өдөртөн бидэн. Өдөр хөдсөө.
Манай жардаг бодлоо.
Бус булга инаруу байна. За.
Хэрэг биш л үгүй. Ясаар болгосон.
Альгинч энд байна. Доккомо.
Манай жардагаар жардаг ирлүүгээ.
I just gotta keep raiding. We'll just let these tour guides take care of this.
Юм хэмээн жардаг би тавьсан.
Юм болох нь үдэ.
Юу хийхгүй.
Юм
Үгүй ээ.
хийх буй?
Бэлэн.
Цогоор хоногдсон.
Өдөртөн бидэн. Доккомо.
Ажид бэлэн. Гүнүүд байна уу?
Хойд толгоо. Хойд.
Юм хэмээн жардаг.
Юм болох нь үдэ.
아까도 죽었어 사람.
보마셔는
세링을 시키고.
제드가로 왔어.
얼굴보다 저기 제리에게 나갔자. 제리에게 누구야? 아까
소가 백수 남소
만화 제드 모두 도가.
미쳤노. 만화 제리가 모두 도와. 아이, 웅아지 뭐.
Okay, let's go to castle now.
제리 구제.
소가
요모 야 백수. 제리가 왔어.
용기는 제르크의 작은 차이다. 자, 백소! 돈이 기는
아니 가로지 마. 뭐 돼지. 여섯 목소.
I do want relic ooze, I think.
비 바로
Okay, I say like this.
비 오닉 바라 백수
얼스토르 굿. 아타.
제드 여섯 왔어. 만화 제드
난 요기
제드 야딱 연구인 부득. 제드 소. 안다 알았어. 소가 하나 뜯어. 제드였어. 야트 연구인 부득.
고치고야 비 토닉 발소
Okay.
아마로 해노 소가 제르색 보다 гэж байна би гатах
제드 길두가. 안하.
ажид бидэг би зүтгэж байна уу
연경 bakın. 제드 딱지 봐.
санах даруй махан авчихсан
오가 다른 빌딩 되게 봐야 돼.
만화 제드 모두 도가. 연경.
انا حرك معنا 남이가 하시 없어도
A little bit of an issue because we went relic ooze and we didn't have our prayer tent ready. Okay. Okay though.
도샷 후대 훗 빌딩.
소가라 안하르 табамы
want golden horde power.
Эчээс ажил хууя бэлэн. Би түүнийг удалгүй бариад дуусгасан. Зүйтэй энд ажил хэд
Ирчүүд миний үгээр явж
холбох цаг ирлээ.
ажиллах цоллох цаг боллоо.
Тушаал бүдээ.
тушаал хүлээх хүч хүчин зүтгэсэн. Танд заам гаргасан. Ирчүүд би
Холбох цаг ирлээ.
тушаалыг өгдөггүй баг яа би.
Тушаал бүдээ. Бүгд жиргэлэн автмуу. Элчүүдээ. Өдөр. Элчүүдээ. Ойгмаа бүгд мэдэн.
Тушаал бол хаана бүгд
Амиг тушаал
Бидний хармаж байна.
Тушаал буулгад
Элчүүдээ. Ойгмаа бүгд мэдэн. Ойгмаа.
чи юу бүсмүй? Энэ тагад би бой. Миний зам сав.
Холбох цаг ирлээ. Тушаал бүдээ.
Танд зүтгэхийг
Шин. Тушаал бүдээ. Холбох цаг ирлээ.
ажлах цаг боллоо.
чи юу бүсмүй?
зүйтэй ажил хэрэггүй.
Бүлэгдэн байна.
Элчүүдээ. Танд хүчин зүтгэсэн. Элчүүдээ. Энийг явуулах хүй. Танд хүч.
Ирчүүд
Ашиг харахгүй. Одгүй тушаал ирмөө харвачта.
Ажил хууя цугаар анхааралтай баймуу. Би танд барьж өгсөн ажиллах цаг боллоо. Би түүнийг удалгүй бариад ажиллах цаг боллоо.
Элчүүдээ. Гэмсэг юу аашаа? Бандаа яв. Элчүүдээ.
Чаад ирж байгаа харвачта. Энийг харахгүй байна.
Холодох цаг хичээсүү. Чи юу бүсмүй? Тушаалаар болсон. Холодох цаг.
Элчүүдээ. Би бандаа явсан. Шат бүдээ. Энийг
Хоёрт баатарч хичээсүү.
Юу хийж чадахгүй? Ажил хуяа бэлэн. Өдөх цаг боллоо.
Шат бүдэхүйд бэлэн.
Ажил хууя бүгд сонс.
За.
Одоо үүдийг барьсан.
Тушаалыг дагахуя бэлэн.
элчүүд бүгд.
Холодох цаг.
Ажил дээр тушаал гэж байна.
Тушаал бүдээ.
Бидний хармаж байна.
Намайг хааш явах вэ? За, өдөр хөдлөмөө. Би танд
Ирчүүд
Цугаар анхааралтай баймуу. Ажиллах цаг бол юу хийж эцсэх.
Ойг баатаа.
ирчүүд танд заам. Ирчүүд шат танд.
Холбох цаг ирлээ. Элчүүдээ. Өдөр. Үүрэгтэй. Элчүүдээ. Элчүүдээ. 스테이지.
Тушаал буудах цаг бол бай. Би танд барьж өгсөн юу хийж бүгд сонс. Бүгд сонс.
Биши гаргаж байгаагүй.
Марта ахмаргаас бэлэн. Хоёрт баасан.
Биши гаргаж байгаагүй.
Ажил хөөе.
Тушаал болгох цаг болгүй. Би түүнийг одоогүй бариад дуусгасан.
Хоёрт баасан.
Одоодох цаг ирлээ.
Марта ахмар. Би мандаа.
Одохгүй тушаал ирмүү харвачтаа.
Очавай. Ай хэмжээ.
Хоёрт баасан.
Ажиллах цаг боллоо.
Одоодох тушаалыг анхааралтай үгдээ.
Танд зүдэх үе бил.
Хоёрт баасан. Дайсан бидний хүлээн. Чүдэ. Би зинсэг явна. Хоёрт баасан. Бүгд мэдэн.
Зүтэ.
Ойны набрангат.
Хоёрт баасан. Бүгд би мандаа. Хоёрт баасан.
Харвачд мэдчихэ. Одохгүй тушаал ирмүү харвачтаа.
Ирчүүдэ. Би мандаа.
Харвачд мэдчихэ. Одохгүй тушаал ирмүү. Тушаал сөргөцдөг. Харвачтаа.
Хоёрт баасан. Жигсэн.
Ажил
Би
хөөе.
бүгд цанц хийлээ.
Хөөе.
Цагаараа анхааралтай байна.
Марта ахмар. Ирчүүдэ.
Тамби элчүүдэ.
Ирчүүдэ. Дөрөв дашиг тул.
Зүтэ. Энд ажил. Ажиллах цаг боллоо. Тушаалаар яв.
Одоодох цаг. Зинсэг явна. Шатаа.
Ажил хөөе.
Одохгүй тушаал ирмүү харвачтаа. Би чадна. Харвачд байгаа. Харвачд хөдөө.
Би харваж байна.
Хөдөө харвачтаа. Хөдөө харвачтаа.
Тушаал.
Одохгүй тушаал ирмүү.
Ирчүүдэ. Би танд заа гал болсон.
Зүйтэй. Хин дэж. Би түүнийг одоогүй.
Марта ахмар. Хоёрт баасан. Миний явна.
Okay. Well, we weathered the damage with the hippodrome fine. We tried to get raids in. We couldn't really get anything good. And then this golden horn tower is just a wrecker of units. Absolutely demolishes units. Conk 3, okay. Villager count. Ooh, he had idle time here. That's a pretty big deal. We lost some units. What did I lose those villagers at? Maybe on my gold? On my wood? Maybe on my wood line. I'm not sure. I can't remember where I lost these villages at. But we've been slowly kind of just picking off a bunch. And so now that you lost a bunch of villagers there, this resources gather gap is going to definitely separate. Now, we only got 1 relic Uwu. And he got 4 relics, I'm pretty sure. There's 1, yeah, 2, 3, 4. So we did a pretty bad job of securing relics. When we got a monastery up, we basically forgot to queue monks, which is a pretty big mistake. Over here, let's see what he's up to. He walled this side. He got sick of the side raids. This one fight against these guys, we didn't micro it the best. Or we didn't we just forgot to keep track of this fight. And we traded out fine against archers because of the AoE splash. So it traded out because of a bug basically really well. So that would have been when this gets fixed, that would have been a really bad trade actually. So we just need to keep moving on finding spots to hit. I had a feeling his eco was trying to transition to here. But yeah, he just got his whole army wiped. Ooh, look, he's +3 on attack, but he's only +1 on defense. Which is a pretty big deal. It's one thing to be +3 attack, that's not weak by any means. But being +3 defense, or being +3 attack is quite strong and very good for defensive play. But +3 defense is, but no attack is really bad. Or only attack is really bad. He's got these veterans armor guards, but he never got any infantry upgrades. Yeah, all archer upgrades. And only one of the defensive archer upgrades. This is kind of funky. You usually don't see that unless you're looking to play really turtly, which he kind of was. Guess it kind of makes sense, but I don't know. I don't know if it's worth completely. And what is our stone trick? Go ahead. 3 minutes to get stuff. We did this time do our production buildings properly, and we did have a bunch of our production buildings buffed. There's 1 production building that is not buffed currently. That's a pretty big deal. 40 seconds. 1 minute for the veteran cash shakes, 45 seconds for this. Yeah, because it's 10%, right? Oh, 20%. Are the golden 10 20%? So if this is, oh, okay, there we go. 50 seconds, 38 seconds. It's saying 45 in a minute. Oh, there we go. So we can actually see. Yeah, 45 seconds and 1 minute. But buffed, it's 50 seconds and 38 seconds. So 10 seconds doesn't seem like a huge deal, but it definitely adds up. So we did send them over there. We didn't get our increased supplies yet, just because we were really hoping to secure more than 1 Uwu for sure. And now we're nabbing his front Uwu here, which puts us at 1, 2, and 3 Uwus. Okay, so at least we're up to 3 Uwus. And then we did get Uwu ceremony, which is pretty big. So increase 30% on 3. So it's all of a sudden it's like I've got 4 Uwus, not including the relic Uwu. So it's a pretty nice little thing there. This wall is going to be a nice little thing. And then if you look at our resources here, so this is, so in my brain right now, I was like, I just made this fight and I took a really good fight. And what I was gonna go do was go take these units, go into his base, get onto his wood, get onto his wood, get onto his wood, get into these back farms. And I was probably gonna focus here, and I was probably gonna send some units over here, and just get as much eco damage as I could. But I was gonna keep pumping cav. I got 2 Kipchak archers in queue, but I was definitely gonna queue up a whole bunch more cav. As you can see, I don't have a lot of wood, but I do have a ton of food and gold, so I'd probably be pumping a ton of Keshiks here. Now, this is kind of where I make always kind of like a big mistake, which I make in a lot of games, not just like this one singular game. But I know, like, in like the mentality I was in, ooh, a little bit of idle villages, but in the mentality that I was in, I was gonna keep making units. Like I was gonna clear this army, and then I was gonna push in and hit as much eco as I can, try to get on these. I didn't think I was gonna be able to hit these very much. I was gonna focus back on here. I don't know why, but after I saw this one tower, I thought he was going to drop a lot more. So I'm kind of surprised that he hasn't. I guess he probably couldn't because he had to afford his army. But, yeah, economy count, resources gathered, way ahead. Macedon doesn't seem like a super great ecosystem, so I do think people sleep on the 2TC Macedon. I mean, you get a lot of value out of your silver because it's free upgrades, but I do wonder if 2TC is a good way to play them, just to mitigate that kind of slow eco. Anywho, so tons of Kipchaks, a little bit busted right now, but whatever, I will take it. Even after they fix this AoE splash trickle, they're still gonna be really good. Like that upgrade gives them 100% damage. Like there is no, I don't think there's any other upgrade that gives your unit plus 100% damage. So that's pretty crazy, no matter what. 7 stockyards, that's pretty good. A little bit of food here, a little bit of idle time. So these guys on the way to build this, that's fine. But yeah, I mean, this was definitely in my mentality. I was gonna raid with this, and I was gonna keep making units, make another batch of like Keshik and horsemen, just start burning shit and try to get some advantage over here. I don't think he upgraded his Varangians, but it's hard to tell. Okay, it doesn't tell us that this has a fire range, but it does have a circle around these, so he does have arrows here. This is kind of like triple towers that can produce units defending this here. So Varangian Stronghold is a little bit more expensive, but it's quite an interesting building because you can't know what your opponent's going to make out of it. And yeah, it's got arrow slits in it. So a little bit of expensive, but an interesting building. But yeah, definitely the right play. Wipe this army. I don't mind getting raids and stuff. After we killed all of his army, he still has... We have a little bit more army than him. I guess we're going to finish wiping all of these, and that would have equalized it a lot better. The bog matter. They look really cool. But yeah, instead of making a second round of units, going imp here. I'm 1 minute away from imp. Can sell some wood. Ooh, this market incorporated into this fast castle build is really important too. That's definitely one thing that I don't mention or bring up or focus on getting early enough. It's definitely the market for when you're in kind of a weird eco balance. You don't want to switch it up or wait to gather the resources. You can just quick buy a bunch of wood like I did, and or food, and keep pumping a bunch of units and stuff. So also this fortified outposts with double spring walls to defend this uwu is pretty good. I do quite like that. It's a good idea. This one, he did kill it, but we were able to rebuild it, which is nice. So now I'm just wondering if this dies. I don't think I can remake an ooh under here, but I'm not positive. That's something I'm gonna have to check out. So, okay, that's pretty much it. I guess big takeaways. We probably could have rushed castle maybe a little bit sooner, but we both went for it at about the same time. Minimal investment into units, which is fine. He idled his TC big here. It's uncharacteristic for Conk 3, but it definitely happens. I've definitely done it a few times. And then look, his idle time here is cancelled out by my major idle time here, like triple the amount of time. I don't know why I always do that, but I always do that, so I always mess that up. Another big thing is just, yeah, if I went to Imp, my 350 stone a minute, and this is going to give me by 30% more. So 350 stone a minute, 30% is another 100 stone. So it'd be at 400 stone a minute. And these things are what? 160 stone every 6 seconds. CB 10. So I wouldn't be able to keep constant Turgut spam. But I would have definitely upgraded, aged up with stone armies. But yeah, that's definitely the right call after like this. This whole situation is to age up with stone armies. And man, if I could steal this relic would be a pretty big deal. And these relics obviously. But I know he's going to really center around and fight this. But this one was pretty nice. And the sneaky ooh plays, sneaky gold plays. It's a long video, right? Yeah. I sometimes forget if I'm only playing one video or like one game in per video or not. But like last game, just mining the other guy's gold and stuff is sneaky little stuff like that. It's just sometimes it's so bold. Like dropping an over here, it's so bold. You wouldn't think your opponent's going to do that type of shit. Because it's just like so reckless. So never be. Sometimes it's good just to assume some crazy stuff or trying some crazy stuff because it'll catch people way off guard. We're getting onto the board now. I don't have survival techniques. Bit of a mistake there. And yeah, Turgud and Keshik are okay, but the real DPS for Golden Horde is most definitely the Kipchak. So cool. Thank you guys for watching, and yeah, I will catch you all on the next one.